Okay, I believe we are live. Please give me a moment. I'll make sure everything is working fine and we shall get started. If you are watching live and you can see me and hear me fine, then I'll appreciate if you just put in a little yes in the comment box. Okay, everything seems to be working fine. Hello and a very good afternoon to you. Well, at least in the UK. My name is Uzair and it is 3 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon and not a Friday one. We had a bit of a power cut issue yesterday and some problems, so hence I couldn't go live. So instead of waiting until next Friday, I thought I'll go live today and go through what I was supposed to cover yesterday. If you are here for the first time, the way this session goes is it's very informal and friendly. You can ask any questions you like by putting it in the comment box on the right hand side or around the video, and I'll try my best to answer any questions for you. Every session we cover certain topics, and today I'm going to go through the setup of setting up a Google Display Network campaign. A lot of people get confused as to how to target, how to set up. So I'll try and simplify as much as I can today, and I'll show you how we set up Google Display campaigns. So let's get started. And you click on the plus campaign and new. Now you have a choice of your objectives over here. Sales, leads, most of the time is only going to be these two, but if you want to go after website traffic or brand awareness, then you can select those as well. That's how Google is going to optimize those campaigns. Majority of the time it will be one of these. I will go with leads. Now here the interface has changed recently and people sometimes get confused as to why so many conversion goals are coming up over here. Well, it doesn't harm because you can track phone calls, leads, submit lead forms, any kind of engagements or purchases. We don't have purchase on our site, so I can remove it from here, or any other conversions which I don't want. So for example, engagements like a click on a video or scroll to the bottom of the page, time on site, a view of a certain page. If I don't want to track those, I can remove it, or I can leave it over here and not include it in the conversion columns. I'm happy with all this, and now we have the campaign tab we need to select. This is the display one. You'll find the new, which it says new over here, the Performance Max, which Google is pushing quite aggressively, and we have found that this is starting to perform very well, and it goes against everything I have learned and I have taught to everyone, that is to keep the search and the display campaigns separate. This one has got everything in it: search, display, video. So don't know how it works, but it works wonderfully well if you can get it going. And I would say around 30 to 40% of our accounts we have started running and seeing good results with Performance Max, and we are launching this Performance Max across all our channels and accounts. For this one, we'll select a display. Now you got two choices. Select this display standard one, put in your URL, put in the campaign name, and continue. Now what Google has done recently, and I love this interface, is because it, instead of having a very long page and people get confused as to so many things to do, they have broken down into little chunks. So as you can see over here, locations, then we got language, bidding, targeting, ads, and then the final thing is the review. So over here you've got a couple of things to do. Select your location and your language, and then you got a few more settings in here, which is the rotation of the ads, ad schedule, devices. We don't need to worry too much about all these. And we go next. Put in the budget, as this is my test account and just for creating this campaign for test purposes. I'm just going to put in £1 conversions. Now, previously I used to, going back couple of years ago, I always said that start with manual CPC with any campaigns you launch. But now the machine learning and the algorithm or the AI is getting better and better by the day. So what we do now is you can pretty much start off with the maximized conversions, whether it's a display or a video campaign, and then let it run. Once you start getting the conversion in and you find your target CPA or the target ROAS, then you switch over to one of these after about 40 to 50 conversions in the campaign. But for now, let it run. Even though it may give you an expensive conversion, you have to go through that process, and then it's going to settle down. Then you know your what cost per conversion or the ROAS you are getting, and you then switch over from max conversions to target CPA or ROAS. I can see quite a few questions popping in. I will come to those and answer each and every one in a bit. Okay. And before I forget, we have just started our Facebook group. After this live stream, I'm going to put in the URL underneath the bottom of in the description of this video. It's free to join, and we are building up a nice little community of like-minded professionals where you can ask any questions or share ideas about Google Ads, digital marketing. So I'm quite excited to be launching that. Lots of people had requested me before, but I had not done it yet. But now I think it's the right time for us to launch the Facebook group as well. Okay, this is where you can make or break your campaign. The targeting. Obviously, the messaging or what you say in the ads is also important. What your offer is, how your landing page has been created. But I would say targeting is literally, if you get this right, you won half the battle. The problem is there's a lot of ways to target over here. And you probably will, I won't say waste money, but you will need to test the audiences, because without testing, you don't know what's going to work and what's not going to work. So you need to allocate certain budget for the testing phase. If you are a marketer, freelancer, or an agency running campaigns for other clients, don't tell them that, oh, we're going to get started to get conversions from day one or day two. With GTN and video, it may take a bit of time, and once it gets going, the scalability is crazy. You have unlimited amount of traffic on display network and YouTube, and you can scale it. So it's worth spending a bit of money and time learning how to test, and then you can scale. So here's where you need to test everything. Now, what most people do is they are going to either select all of them like that, or select a handful of audiences. What you want to do is one audience per ad group. So this one is advertising and marketing. I'm going to rename this ad group as just that, and then I'll have other ad groups with SEO, SM services, business services, or any other relevant audiences like digital marketing, social media enthusiast, agency, online marketing. All of these are good one for me. I'm going to target those audiences in a separate. So always remember just one. Keep it simple, right? That's the key over here. And then I'm just going to, yeah, that's fine. Next. Now you come to the ad stage where you need to always put in the HTTPS just to get rid of this warning sign. Put in your business name, add your logos, videos, up to 5 headline. Use each and every headline available. So if I do, I'm just going to write a couple. I won't go through all of it. Online digital marketing experts. Okay, now we got 32 characters, so you will get this warning. Marketing and so on. You have one long headline of 90 characters and up to 5 description lines of 90 characters as well, which you should put in. In here, you don't need to worry too much about it. What I tend to do is I tend to uncheck that auto-generated video because I don't like how they make it. And then the call to action text and colors. This is important. What do you want them to do? Apply now, book now, download, learn more, buy. So you select whatever you the call to action is appropriate for you and your business. So I would say get quote. That looks fine. And then you create. Obviously, it won't let me create the ad as I haven't put in all the ad headlines and descriptions, right? And obviously the images. Now images and logos, you need to have 2 different formats. One is the landscape and one is the square. So when you click on one of them, I'm going to also, so you can select like that, or you can go to stock images. This is really good. So if I put in pay per click, okay, digital marketing, there you go. So you can legally use all of these. You will not be breaking any copyright laws. Google allows you to use them, so you can choose from here as well without having to go somewhere else and buy these images, right? Okay, and once you've done that, you save it. I'm just going to save this. So it says your 1 landscape and 1 square image is required. All right. I'll go to my library. I'm just going to do that. I'll just type in some blurb to save it. And we publish it. Once you've published it, all you need to do is go back to your ad group and rename it. We don't want to call it ad group 1. It doesn't make any sense. I think it was advertising or something like that, and marketing. Whatever that audience was, you keep it like that. If you are targeting keywords, then you can put in, let's say if I'm targeting digital marketing keywords, I would then make it like this: keyword digital marketing, and then you can put in like 5 to 10 keywords in there. When you're targeting by keywords, you don't need to use any phrase or exact match. Just put them down as broad match, and then you can have as many ad groups as you like. Ideally you want 10-15 of them. Let them run. If you find one of the ad group is cannibalizing all the budget and the other ones are not getting a look in, then you take this ad group out, put it in its own campaign, allocate a separate budget, and that's how you would start to run your display campaigns. Okay, so I'm going to go to the questions now. If you have any, please put them on the in the box, and I'll try and answer them for you. Okay. So Subham Bain or Bane, I hope I've pronounced your name correctly. How to start Google Ads learning experience with minimum cost. Well, you are here right now, zero cost over here. We have over 1,000 videos on our channel, so you might as well cancel your Netflix subscription and you can binge watch as much as you want. Hi Amol. How to plan Google Ads budget for a client. Can you explain in brief what things to keep in mind? Great question. And this is, I think, one of the most asked questions, that how do I allocate or start with a budget? So you got to have a starting budget, right? The way I tell my clients is, we need to have a minimum of, and I'm talking about small clients, minimum of 20 clicks per day on your ads. Now, your click could cost you $1 or it could cost you $50, dependent on the CPC. You can't say, oh, we start off with $50. If the click is $50, then you only get 1 click a day and nothing is going to happen, and every day you are going to get a call from the client. What's happening? I'm not getting any leads or sales or phone calls. And the campaign just would not start. So you need to ask your client how much traffic. Well, client doesn't know because he's come to you as an expert. So start off with about 20, 25, 30 clicks per day. And then you start scaling it. Once you reach the point of you're hitting your KPIs, i.e., if you are trying to get a lead for, let's say, $30 and you are achieving that or less than $30, then you should teach your client the principle of unlimited budget. And what I mean by that is not to sign away your life or give a blank check to Google. If the client can cope up with more leads or sales, then, and it is within that $30 or whatever, you should just keep on increasing it if you can buy more traffic from your Google Ads. And that's what we do, is to scale the accounts. Once we hit that minimum KPI, you then just don't have any budgets. It may feel a bit scary for them or for you, but this is how you will increase your profitability and the sales and the turnover. So I hope that helped. Hi Chris. I'm doing very well. Hope you are keeping well too. Thanks for asking. Can you explain dynamic remarketing and the best place to learn it? There isn't much on it on YouTube, or you can make a video on it. I believe we have got some videos on dynamic remarketing. I'll try and put this after we finish the call in the comments underneath. But what dynamic remarketing does is, it usually is used for e-commerce websites. So if I went onto a website and looked at this product, right, or a cup or a phone or whatever, and I don't buy it and I go away, then I will be remarketed with this product with the photo on it wherever I go. If I go to ESPN, New York Times, all these third-party websites which are part of the Google display network, and I'll start to see those that same product photo with the price and the name of the store or whatever. And that is what is called dynamic remarketing. So you are targeting or remarketing the exact product to that person. Hi Amol, when to pause a keyword, what things to consider? So when to pause a keyword is when it's too expensive. So you need to decide whether I should stop a keyword if it has spent 3 times or 4 times my target CPA and it is proving to be very expensive. It's not converting either, or it is converting but at a very expensive price and you can't be profitable at that price. So that's how, or that's when you will pause that keyword. Baruto. Okay. How to exclude all the app category in one single step for display campaign? Good question. The only way you can do this is through the Google Ads editor. So editor is a workflow tool by Google Ads, free of charge. Very few people know about it or know of it, and those who know of it, they don't know how to use it properly. So it's only through there you can exclude the apps from the GDN. Okay, Amol, when to use advanced bidding options like location, device, ad schedule options? I wouldn't call this advanced, but I think what you're trying to say is when to use them to bid adjust. If you're using smart bidding, then obviously this won't help, but for manual bidding, all you would do is go into those locations. So let's say you're targeting the US. The way I would do it is we put in 52 states. So it's all in there. And then once the conversions start coming in, New York is more expensive than Florida, then we will bid adjust minus a percentage to even bring it down to our target CPA. Or if Florida is very profitable and it is giving us really good leads and I don't want to miss out on traffic, I will bid adjust in a positive percentage in that location so that I'm more aggressive and I beat my competitors' ads every time. Hi Ali, what is the best practice for complete keyword research report? Okay, what many marketeers do, and I've seen this a lot, that they overcomplicate a lot and they make things very complicated, whereas I want to keep things very simple. So for example, the way I would start a campaign is pick out 10-15 keywords, put them in an ad group, sort them out, and as the search term queries, let the search term query report tell you what people are searching for. So if they're searching for and your ad got triggered and it is relevant to your product or service, keep adding them into your account. And that's how we would start. So don't need to spend hours or days on keyword research. Keyword research should not take you more than 10-15 minutes, if that. You can spend a little bit more depending on how complicated the service or product is, but keep things very simple. Okay. Anmol, can you create a video how to find niche for your Google Ads specialist? You'll find every niche in Google. You just need to go to your Google Keyword Planner, and you will find them. Just gonna make this a bit bigger. All right. How to optimize Google Ads search campaigns? Can you explain in short? Optimizing is basically cutting out the wastage and putting more budget towards the things which are performing and is profitable. That is the short answer. How you do it, at what stage? For example, you can optimize at campaign level, ad group, ads, keywords, locations, devices, and then you just keep cutting out what's expensive and keep putting more budget towards the things which are performing. The best way to do that is obviously keep adding negative keywords very regularly in your account. Hi Noor. I use Google Ads editor and I have tasked to pause many existed keywords. Okay. I try to use make multiple changes tool, but the keyword is updated. Okay, I'm not sure what you're trying to ask, Noor. I'm sorry. If you could rephrase this question or the comment. You use Google Ads editor, okay. And you have the task to pause many existing keywords, okay. So you're stopping the keywords which I guess are expensive or not performing. I try to use make multiple changes tool, which is in the editor, right? But the keyword is updated and also added the name same keyword. I don't know what this means, and I think what you might be doing is copying and pasting it. But if you are trying to pause the keywords, you pause them in the editor and then post, and that's it. That should pause those keywords. Hi Manoj. What is the best local campaign type and structure for local plumber, cleaner, and electrician? For local plumbers, call ads. They work very well. We've got campaigns spending tens of thousands of dollars per month for not a local plumber but in a statewide area. So majority of the work or calls or conversions comes through the calls, because if you got a leaking pipe or a toilet or a sink, you don't want to be filling in a form on a website and then waiting for somebody to come back to you after 2 days or whenever. You want to speak to somebody straight away. Oh, can you come right now? I've got a leaking toilet. And that's how these conversions happen. So I would say for these kind of campaigns, again, for electrician, if there is no power in the house or office, you can't use your computer, you are going to use your mobile. So somebody will make a phone call for you. Cleaners, yes, you can run campaigns which drive traffic to the landing page or a website. And quite often we have run campaigns for people like carpet cleaning and professions like that, and people are happy to get a quote or get a call back, because quite often when they're searching, they are searching from their work computer, and they're happy to fill in a form and for somebody to call them back. Thank you, Amol. I'm glad it helps you, and this is why we host these sessions on a live basis. And yep, you will find the Facebook link afterwards under this video. So all of you, please do join in, and we're going to build up a nice little community over there as well, where you can ask questions, join in the discussion, troubleshoot, help each other. So that is going to be quite an exciting place for all marketeers. So I appreciate your time and being over here as well, Amol. Thank you. Okay, Chris. Have you used Google Ads for a furniture store, basically selling furniture online? Could you get conversions or leads? Or this niche isn't really good for ads? Well, the good news is yes. Currently we are running a campaign which is spending or over 100,000 euros per month in Europe. And I think we're running in about 10 different countries. So yes, leads is, we don't run for leads, we are running for conversions and direct sales from the website. So the short answer is yes. The other thing I would definitely get you all to look at is YouTube ads. Whether you are generating leads or sales, YouTube is working really, really well. Naruto, from your experience, which targeting worked well for e-commerce? Placement plus topic, in-market audience likewise. What was your best targeting for e-com? Again, you need to test them. What may work for me may not work for you, and what may work for you may not work for me. So there's not a single a single audience or a combo audiences where you're stacking them in the campaign. You got to try it and try everything. Test them and see what happens. Chris, tried a search campaign for it and it didn't really work for the furniture store. Planning to use a shopping campaign. Okay. So you need to, look, this is what I say quite often, is to win the war, you need to attack from everywhere. You can't just send a few fighter jets, throw a few bombs and come back. You'll never win the war. The same thing applies for Google ads. What most people are doing is just running search ads. That's kind of like sending the planes in and coming back and nothing happens. You got to hit from display, video, Gmail, shopping, search, from all angles. And then you start to build up that brand awareness. Once they see, if they don't know you, they will not like you and they will not trust you. So this is the three factors to conversion: know, like, and trust. You got to hit the top of the funnel traffic, then the middle, and then the bottom of the funnel, and keep pushing your audiences down. And that's how this game is played. It used to work really well. Just put up an ad or two and you start get conversions. But this is going back 7-8 years ago when nobody knew much about Google Ads, but not anymore. So you need to have a comprehensive strategy. And if the customer is not ready to invest in this testing on these different networks, then look for somebody else. They are not the right customer because it just won't work. Manoj, call ads only clicks but not receive calls. If you are not receiving calls, then you change the ads, change the offer, and change something on it to entice the people to call you. Because what they do is they're searching for something, your ad pops up, but then they're not, they're clicking on it, but they're not calling you. So that means the offer is not enticing enough. So try and do that. Amol, do we have to keep bids 6 to 7 times higher than normal max bids for call-only ads? I wouldn't say 6 to 7 times, but call ads are more expensive than text ads because somebody is on the phone to you. Now imagine the difference between call and a traditional search ad. Well, call-only ads are search ads as well, but the text ads, like the responsive search ads. Somebody clicks on your ads, comes to your website, they fill in a form. Then you will be phoning them at least multiple times to get hold of them. Sometimes they're busy, sometimes they don't answer the phone, sometimes they're at work or whatever. With call, they are calling you. They're on the call to you, and then the ball is in your court to convince and convert them. So you save a lot of money and time. So you need to weigh these pros and cons. Call only ads, although they're expensive, they convert a lot better. Naruto, you're most welcome. Yeah, every Friday over here at 3 p.m. UK time. Chris, wow, 100K a month. Okay, maybe the budget is a problem as the client only spends $6 a day. Yeah, you won't. With $6, you'll hardly get a few clicks. You need to if 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 you're running shopping campaigns, the clicks usually start from around 25 cents a click, and goes a bit higher. But yeah, $6. You'll find when you increase the budget, Google starts to give you more conversions and better quality traffic as well. So this will be a bit of a struggle, my friend. Hi, Kishan. It is any certification is good, right? You're learning. So whether it's from Google or from somewhere else, or you're joining courses like sessions like these, you will learn, and then you got to implement those things which you have learned into and practice them in Google Ads, and not by just signing up to courses. And I've seen many people, they just sign up for courses after courses after courses, but they don't take action. They'll just buy my course, then they'll buy somebody else's course, then they'll go on to somebody else, and they're just spending money. But you got to take action what you learn. Hi, Noor. How to update keyword status in bulk instead of to check keyword one by one. Google Ads Editor, you can do bulk changes. It will turn hours of work into minutes, literally. Chris, smart shopping allows us to hit from all angles, though. It serves on everywhere. Yeah, but then with smart shopping, you don't have any control. That is the other problem. So with smart shopping, what you need to think of is like a game of football. You've got 11 players, right? If the keeper or the goalie does not pass the ball forward, and then the other team members don't pass the ball to the striker who tends to score the goal and gets all the credit. The striker could be the best striker in the world. He doesn't have the goal, the ball, he won't score. As simple as that. Smart shopping works wonderfully well alongside other campaigns which provide those signals to those passes, the ball passing around between the team, right? So you run DSA, you run search, video, display, all of these, and then you start to see that although the smart is going to eat up all the budget and also take all the credit for the conversions, doesn't matter as long as you get the conversions. You want to make your campaigns and the account more profitable. So that's how we run the smart shopping. How can I scale a conversion campaign that's performing well? By increasing the budget. I tried increasing the TCPA and budgets, but still no. Okay, so this is where you're going wrong. If your campaigns are performing and you are getting the target CPA, then you don't need to increase it, because why are you making your conversions more expensive? I think what you are trying to say is reduce the target CPA. Don't reduce it. If it's performing well and I have got the leeway between the actual conversion, so let's say my target CPA is 20 and I'm getting the conversions at 12. What you should or can do is test with different campaigns, copy that campaign, and then have set different target CPAs. Some on 30, some on 25, and so on, some on 15, and see which one is the sweet spot and where you are getting the most conversions, so you don't lose out on that. Okay, Raphael, I also split out my campaign by device. Good, yeah, we do that always. Then spend has dropped dramatically after making the changes, and it has been over 5 days of low spend. Okay, so obviously I can't comment as to what's happened. but it could be that you are making far too many changes too quickly and it goes into the learning mode. So try not to make too many changes too soon. If you have made any changes with regards to the budget or the target CPA, then let it run for a few days. This is not like Facebook where instantly it updates. Facebook is extremely difficult to scale, whereas Google, it is difficult to start with, but very easy to scale. Naruto, we had a GTN campaign running profitably for about 6 months on TCPA, but suddenly it's off the track. How to troubleshoot this campaign? For the past 3 months, it's not working well. Try changing the creatives, because there is also what we call ad fatigue. So if you have used a video in the ad, the responsive display ad, images, change it. It happens quite often, and see how that works. Because if it has been working well, the audience is working well, or the targeting is, then the only thing which can hurt the campaign are the creatives. So try changing the ads. In Google Editor, which bulk action to choose? Add, update, or replace? I'm not sure what you mean by this at all. What should we consider in the very beginning when crafting new campaign Google Ads strategy for clients? What should we consider in the very beginning when creating new campaign? Well, the strategy has to be straightforward. Either you get the ROI or the ROAS. That is the main strategy. I don't know what the client wants, whether it is brand awareness or top of the funnel campaigns or direct conversion campaigns. So without knowing a lot more, so we have a questionnaire we send out to our clients. They fill in the questions. We go through each question, and then we get to know where they are right now, where they want to be. All right, the current situation and the desired situation, and this is where you need to take them. So without me knowing what that desired situation is, I cannot answer what strategy you need to take. You're most welcome, Rafael. Thanks for being here. What is the best time period to test an audience? 3 days or 7 days? There's no best time at all. You might be a lot more than 3 or 5 days, because usually if the campaign is in the learning mode, it may not spend as much as you want to, and it may not spend at all. So you have to sit tight and let it run until it starts to spend, and then you need to have a cutoff point. Okay, it has spent so much with 0 conversions. So all these parameters you need to work out for yourself and for your client, and then you start targeting something else. I've tried importing the Google campaigns into Bing, but it does not perform nearly as well. Do you have any suggestions on how to do this transition successfully? We don't run Bing at all, so I can't help you with that. We only specialize in Google ads. We don't do Facebook ads. We don't do LinkedIn ads. We may run ads for ourselves, but not for our clients, because what we want to do is to be the expert in one thing and not just a generalist doing this, that, and something else. So I'm sorry, Rafael, I can't help you with Bing. We've never run Bing, in fact. Okay, I think this is it. So thank you so much for being here today. Thoroughly enjoyed your questions, and I look forward to seeing you guys next Friday at 3 p.m. UK time. Till then, stay safe and